Hey guys, and welcome back to this week's video. This week we're fixing everything that's wrong with our new Expedition campervan. So let's get down to the workshop. So, we made it down to the workshop. Now, first job, this. So this is a crank pulley for Mini. And ultimately, this goes on the bottom of the engine and is rubber isolated, as you can see here. So this is actually a rubber ring that sits inside and completely isolates the pulley. So, the one on it has deteriorated, and basically you get like a chirp on startup, and hopefully this should resolve that. So let's get the car on the lift, get it up in the air, get the wheel off. Let's see how much of a fight this is going to put up. Right, so now we've got the car up in the air. Time to get the wheels off. Down she goes. I'm sure you can begin to see what I'm actually looking at. Not. So what we actually need to replace is that there, which is going to be fun. So arch liner out, and yeah, joys of Mini ownership. So arch liner's out, you can get to the pulley. Now I've popped the belt off already, the tensioner's hidden up behind here, so we just got to get these 4 bolts off and hopefully slide it out. So you can see that you've got the old one out, and what I was talking about is perishing. As you can see, the cracks go all the way around that. Now that means you've got limited time really until that sort of starts to disintegrate. So that's what it's meant to look like. As you can see, this rubber isolator then separates the two. So let's get a new one on the car. You're going to have to bear with us. We got a new camera this week to try out, and I've stupidly put it into a mode that didn't record audio. So I'll be voicing over till a bit later on in the video. Basically, what I was saying here is that we are now moving on to the fog lights. As you can see, the units are completely deteriorated inside, and we need to be replacing these. We have 2 new eBay units to go on, so let's crack on with it.
Guess I woke up today and just chose chaos. I think I've had enough, why don't you lay off? Nowhere to be, no makeup on, feel young and free, baby, I'm done. So turn up my song and feel free to stare. I don't care. I don't care. Talk about me like you know me. You don't know a damn thing. I really don't care.
So basically what was going on here is that I was unable to get the passenger side fog light out due to the wash bottle. You can see over my shoulder, however, this serves 2 purposes. This allows us to replace the fog light, but also while I'm here I can look at what options we have behind here to mount lights and a winch. I don't know if we will get to the point of doing a winch, but it's something that we'd definitely love to consider in the future. It looks fairly similar to the van. Remove the crash bar, front bumper, and build off where the crash member would be. There is also more space here than I thought. It's a real shame that Mini didn't decide to use this space to make a little more room in the engine bay, but there we are. So, the headlight issue, that was an easy one. As you can see, they're already level. Basically, what you have on most headlights is adjusters. There's one here and one here. These are used to adjust the headlights left and right, as well as up and down. Next job, changing the bonnet. can see why we're replacing the bonnet. So this is called a non-patent part, and essentially it's just a cheap stamp moulding of the OEM part. And as you can see, when people have painted it, they've not quite prepped the inside of the bonnet, which combined with cheap materials and methods has led to rust. We managed to find a used bonnet on eBay for about £150 in the right colour, and that was shipped to our door. As you can see here, the bonnet is on and all nicely lined up as you would expect for an OEM part. One thing left to change is the headlight surrounds. On the original bonnet they're chrome, which matches the strap line of the car. However, this bonnet came with the black ones, which was an optional extra. Jess doesn't really like these and says that the car is now going through its emo stage. I personally think it looks okay with the gloss black A-pillars and the wing mirrors. Let us know what you think in the comments. But for now, I think we can agree it's looking much better. The squeak has gone when you start it, now that we've replaced the crank pulley. So let's get locked up, let's head home, and let's give it a clean. So now the Mini is ready to go. It's all mechanically sorted bar one thing, which we'll fix when we do the lift kit, and then it's all clean and ready to go. I always like to start with a nice base. We did the same with the van, and that's treated us well. Now, we had a couple of questions last week, which was, do we intend to sell Norm? And the answer is, at this point, no. There is some personal projects going on outside of YouTube, which may require in the future, but I'm fingers crossing that that doesn't have to happen. The other question we had is, what are the plans? What's the big trip with the Mini? And well, we don't know. We haven't quite figured that out yet. I want to do some off-roading. Jess has never done it. I've never done it, other than messing about on some tracks in the van. Obviously, capabilities on these are questionable. And I really want to find out what that can do. It's having the engine out and seeing how it works. I have questions around its capability off-road. You see on the forums people say, oh, they're great in the snow, but honestly tyres can do more than a four-wheel drive system can in some cases, so take that with a pinch of salt. But I think it'd be really good to go and take it and see what it can do in somewhere fully off-road. Now, there's one talk with friends about doing the Strata Florida. Now, if anyone doesn't know what this is, it's a ridiculous off-road green lane through Wales. It takes me about 8 or 9 hours to complete and has multitude of river crossings. Now, one main issue with this is the fact that the air intake is in the holes behind where the S is on the badge. So yeah, we'd have to do something with that. Not that I really want to, because that means cutting holes straight through the side of the bonnet, but you know, I think if we're going to do that. Now, I'd be interested to know, anyone that follows us that has any off-roading experience and has done the Strata Florida. I know that's a long shot, but if there is anybody, it'd be really great to know if you think that could do it. Because with no experience and no, we'll say no capable off-roader compared to a Landy or something like that, I'd be keen to know from someone that has the experience before I go and get myself into some bother. We would be doing it with somebody, we wouldn't be doing it on our own, so there is that. But yeah, if you have any other questions, leave them down in the comments below. We really appreciate you guys watching these videos, and we're really looking forward to doing the build on the Mini. So let us know if you have any questions. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.